Okay, so I've got all these leads, and I'm going to Ron's boot camp in February. And the way he stacked it, he had like one quick start quick start boot camp one weekend, and then the next weekend he did. He calls it paper power, so note buying. So not buying houses, but buying notes. And he combined that with a commercial boot camp and a vacation rental boot camp. So I basically said, well, I'm just going to go to Florida for about 10 days because I got to go to school. All right. And at the first workshop, he pitched his, elite mentorship program, but it was like, I can't remember, 15,000 or something, and I'd already paid another 3,000 to come to this week's worth of stuff, and I was paying for a hotel, and I was paying for food, and I had to drive myself down there, and I mean, I was like, no way, I can't afford a mentor, 15,000 bucks or whatever it was he wanted. I'm just gonna have to learn everything I can at this weekend workshop. So I did. I learned a lot. But by the next weekend workshop, because on the breaks and in between time, I was out calling sellers. I was out trying to make deals happen. I still didn't know what I was saying or how I was saying it or what I was saying wrong. But I was out there trying furiously just to make something happen, just to get a little glimmer of hope that this is all going to be possible and it's all going to be amazing. So I finally, during the second weekend, Ron pitched again that he had a mentorship, and I was just broken at this point. And I was like, you know what? I need some help. I know I can do this. I am absolutely in love with this process, but I need some help. I need this mentor. I know I need this mentor. I know when I go home and I'm not surrounded by all these people and I don't have anybody that I can just ask a question to, I'm afraid I won't get it done. And that is when my pride kicked in. That's when I said, I need help. This is all great and wonderful, but I don't know what I don't know, and I don't know that I have the willpower to just bulldoze through something. It would be amazing if I had a mentor, if I had somebody that I could call on, if I had somebody that I could bounce ideas off of. So that night on the phone when I called Jason, I was very humble. And I asked Jason if I could borrow the money from him. So we've gone from December, where he tells me I'm crazy, and I told him to basically F off, to February, when I'm asking him for $15,000. I think I had 5, and I just asked Jason for 10. But I did. I had to humble myself. I had to check my pride and say that I needed some help. I was going to get these deals, but I needed somebody that I could bounce some ideas off. So I borrowed the money. I borrowed the largest chunk of the money from Jason, who is my boyfriend, who I was still pissed off at because he didn't propose to me when I thought he was. And he let me have the money. I put $5,000 on my credit card the next day with some of Ron's people. And then they gave me, a couple days to get it situated and send in the balance. So I've gone from November to February. November, I don't have $75 to learn about lease options. To February, I've now pledged $3,000, $3,000, and $15,000. So I'm up to what, 21,000? November, December, January, February. In 4 months, I basically just handed over a house to Ron LeGrand so that him and his mentors could teach me. Yeah, I did. And I've never regretted it, because in my first 2 deals, I made $15,000 on the first one. I made $8,000 on the second one. So I was back in the money in 6 months. From November to May, I was back in the money. I've never regretted it. But I take massive, crazy, scary, ruthless action all the time to make sure that this is going to happen. I paid Jason back. I paid myself back. And I was rocking and rolling from that point on. Let me do another video, though, to tell you about my first deal.